back to grip fighting. We're going to do a quick review of the grip fighting sequence from last week, and then I'm going to give you some new ones. Okay. So, again, we're starting from our underhook side with our standard back control, standard seatbelt. All right, but the first, I'm gonna move away so I don't yell in Chad's ear. But imagine I'm in here tight where I'm supposed to be, but I'm trying to be nice.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm a work in progress. So, all right, so I got my seatbelt. He's got a 2-on-1. So yeah, good defensive grips there. First thing we're gonna do is what we did last week. I'm gonna look to. He's got a good 2-on-1 on my choke arm. I'm gonna look to pommel my hand on the inside. I'm gonna point my I'm gonna pommel my underhook hand on the inside. I'm going to point my knuckles of my choke arm up and kind of drive into his wrist this way. Grab my own fingers with an S grip, and then I've got a push, like a roll of the wrist and an extension of the tricep, and a pull, like a retraction of the wrist and a retraction of the elbow to separate the grip. And I'm looking, you see how I look to catch it like that, right as I break it? This is to slow him down further. The other thing I'm looking to do is as I break the grip, not only am I looking to catch this grip, I'm also simultaneously looking to build high or climb up from my choke, right? Because I might be able to get in here real quick. Go ahead, get in here when we get like this, and I just get under the chin immediately. Or we also talked about this last week. I'm not gonna belabor it, but if he still might have a good strong claw grip there, and now it's just a race. So I can still kind of spider walk up and get as far as I can, and then it's going to be a race between letting this grip that I have go and getting up to this claw and getting a pinky pry with my thumb, which is also sprained right now, so it's very painful to do. I'm very pained up this week. All right. Any questions on that one? I want you to drill both of these. So that one, right? The S grip, go ahead. I'm going to pommel my underhook side, that hand to the inside. I'm going to point my knuckles in, kind of towards his head, lock an S grip, and it's a push and a pull. And I'm looking to sink the choke in. The other one, from the same 2-on-1, I've got my underhook hand again. Sorry, I'm trying to not yell here. I'm going to pommel to the inside, and I'm going to look to take a thumb pry. I want to get my thumb under his thumb and cover all 4 of his knuckles with my fingers. And then I'm looking to, again, roll the wrist and extend the tricep as I also climb with my choke hand. Okay, so one more time. Got my seatbelt, pommel my hand to the inside, get under the thumb, cover his fingers with all of his knuckles with my fingers, roll the wrist, extend the tricep, climb for the choke. All right, and this is where we're stopping. We're not trying to choke, just trying to get here. All right, any questions? All right, let's do both of those. Let's just get at least 5 or 6 apiece, and then let's make it quick because we can move on to the new content. All right, 1, 2, 3. Today we're gonna add to this. So I'm going to we're gonna first work a just a near side wrist control. What I mean by that is this is actually kind of my default. It always has been, like, ever since I learned it. I don't actually play seatbelt that much. I'm not saying not to. Like, obviously, it's great. We've been enjoying it, but I just kind of automatically always go for this near side wrist control. And we used to run this a lot. Nick used to teach this a lot. You've seen it before. What I'm doing is taking my underhook hand, and even in the transition, as I go to take this back, like, if I can find that wrist, I'm looking for it. Right, and then I'm always looking to grab down here near the meat of the pinky. Not way up here. Remember, I always have more leverage at the end of the rope, right? I don't want to be up here. I want to be down here. I also like to, we try to, you remember when we talk about figure fours, we talk about Americanas and fours, we're always talking about how weak they get. The more that we bring his elbow in alignment with his shoulder and his wrist in close to his chest like this, the weaker he becomes, because it's all just shoulder muscles. Down here, he gets to activate pecs and all kinds of stuff, and Chad has good pecs. I'm filtering myself because I'm in stream. All right. So from here, I like to play this game and then we'll bring it in nice and tight, right? Because now I have a good degree of control and I basically own this arm at this point. But what we could start looking to do is whether you want to kind of use this to go ahead and take whatever grip you want. If I can get any situation where I can get this grip separated and I can start sinking in my choke, he's going to reach up and pull back my thumb. Let's just pretend we don't get it right. Like, go ahead and grab my thumb with your right hand. As he pulls it back, though, think about this. He pulls it back towards his other wrist. There's this moment where he pulls it in place, and I can swap grips here into this straight jacket grip. That makes sense? Right? This is what we're looking for. Now, ideally, I did it wrong. I need to drill this too. I really want to land here. Right, so let's run it again. So I sink this choke in. He starts separating, and I'm going to grab here, and I'm looking to grab underneath. Once I have a straight jacket, I want to make sure I control this by pulling his elbow to the center line. And then I can push his other arm towards his belly button. All right, so this is going to be, sorry, my leg is killing me. I'm really trying to talk through pain. Once we have a palm on the belly button, this is where we want to start running our arm trap game. Anytime I can make his palm get to his belly button, I'm able to take my heel, carve into the crook of the elbow, and start carving down with my heel to trap the arm. And now it's a 2-on-1. He only has one defensive hand, and I have two, right? And now we can start setting in our chokes, right? So let's run this real quick. Let's run this sequence from this underhook. Let's actually just run our let's run just a thumb pry here. Let's say we're able to separate this grip. We start coming up. He's going to try. Yep, he's going to grab it. I'm coming back down. As I come down, I'm looking to collect that grip, and I'm looking to immediately pull it up, pull his elbow towards the center line, and push his palm towards his belly button. Once I've got this control, remember my head's in tight too. If I'm up here, he's going to easily get that arm back, and he's going to start spinning out, right? So I want to make sure I'm in tight. I'm preventing him from rotating. Once I've got his palm as low as his belly button, my heel can carve at the crook of the elbow, and I can carve down. And if you choose, you can also extend and put your shoelaces in the small of his back. And at this point, sometimes you can even get an arm bar there. Okay. Anyone need to see that one again? All right, 1, 2, 3. All right, so from here, here's one more. Anytime I can get his hand trapped or get I have his top side arm, his top side palm to his belly button, I can always trap. It's the same that we just did, right? But this also is going to work maybe more so when you fall to the overhook side, which we haven't been doing. We've been going to the overhook side. But let's go to the overhook side. Here, see how this wrist control already, the top side. What's that? Put your hand. Yeah. My bad. One viewer. Okay. All right. So when I'm on my overhook side, I have it's much easier with this wrist control to manipulate his wrist. You see how I can keep it here till I'm ready to go, and when I'm ready to go, I can even use a thumb pry if I need to, or if I can get all the way to pinky, this is best. If I can get a pinky pry, I can peel up and extend, and I can keep holding at the pinky. This is the maximum amount of leverage I can get. It's all the way at the end of the lever. So if I'm able to kind of give this rotational pressure as I pull down, and I'm able to keep his palm close to his chest, remember, the more that his hand gets away from his body, the stronger he's going to get. The more that I keep this pressure and I keep carving down into his body, the weaker he stays. Once I get it to his belly button, this is where I can start coming over the top and trap him. Okay. So run this one from the overhook side. We haven't been on the overhook side. We've been on the underhook side. But well, I'm able to work to the pinky, the meat of the pinky. I'm able to pry and push, but I'm able to carve down towards his stomach the whole time. I don't want to get out here. And at the same time, remember, anytime I break this grip, I'm going to go ahead and start trying to stick a choke in. Give him a lot of things to think about. Don't just give him one thing to fight. Give him like 3 battles to fight. Give him my legs and the choke and this grip that he knows I'm trying to go for. He knows I'm going for an arm trap. Once I get it to his belly button, I can come over the top, and I can carve down, and I can hide my shoelaces in the small of his back. And from here, it's just a 1-on, or it's a 2-on-1. Start locking with my straight one. Any questions on that one? It's pretty simple. But keep running the straight jacket too. Because both of these are really fun. Straight jacket's a really good system if you're really good at it. And I want to keep running it too, because I suck at it. I gotta do it. 1, 2, 3. This one is it's not a straight jacket. This is just like utilizing this wrist control to get a 2-on-1 quickly, so we can sink in a one-handed choke. So we're still on the underhook side, and anytime I've got my wrist control on my underhook side, and I get control of this top side arm, again, especially if I get right here where I can pry at the pinky, and I get a lot of control because I can also cave the knuckles in. We know this, like, he can get a really strong grip, and if I can get across all the knuckles and like burrito them in, the grips just melt away, right? So here, if I can get this stripped, all I'm looking to do is get it lower than his other hand, and I can easily see how easy it is for me to manipulate this, especially when I'm out there at the pinky. If I can get it right there, I can actually use my underhook hand to pommel his own hand on top of his other, like that, right? So we're here, I push down, and then I'm using my grip to manipulate his hand on top of his own hand, and I'm sliding my choke arm up for a one-handed strangle. Again, this one is, you can usually get these pretty tight too for the strangle. So here, and I'm immediately sliding up, and I'm cupping around the trap. I'm putting my chin on there, and even if at this point, once I've hidden my thumb, he's gonna have a really hard time defending, even if he gets his hand back right. But it's not one of those things where we're gonna go slow. Like, I'm not gonna do this and then just like hang out, because like this is just slowing him down. This is not gonna keep him forever. Like, all right, get out now, get out, right? Like, it's not gonna. Me getting right here, don't let me do it. Good. Get your hand up. All right, it's just slowing him down. So once I get this control and I trap and then I pommel inside, I gotta go. Okay. Anyone else need to see that or have a question on that one? All right, 1, 2, 3. Get a few more reps.